Hey everybody, it's me, Liam. This is my 4th installment of Dragon Warrior. I don't know if I've really gotten any farther, but I got this cool map. It's pretty good. We're gonna keep working hard on being the warrior of the Dragon Quest, and hopefully you just won't see me get killed by the same monsters over and over again tonight, like it happened last live stream. That's my goal. That's my goal for the evening. I got my co-host Greg here in chat. Greg, how are you doing? Just chilling. Greg's just chilling. He knows what's up. Greg knows what's up. So we're looking at layer 1. Can you see the cursor? No, you can't. Okay, well, anyways. We are on the orange part right now. That's my go up color. Do you want to guess what the colors on the map mean, Greg? I do have a system. No, that's a good guess. Red is down a level, orange is up a level. Blue is actually... Red is for the upstairs. No, red is for downstairs. Orange is for upstairs. Blue is for chest with a Herb, because Herb Ellis is a very bluesy guitar player. So we're gonna go get that Herb. There you go, I found a Herb. Man, that Herb Ellis can swing. Oh boy. Well, it's good to be home. It's good to be home. I think the game is on the layer above Autobahn Pal walking. It's entirely possible. It definitely is the case. There you go. You know, I mean, let's talk about production value, right? The impact is more important than the actual methods. So, okay, we've got layer 2 now. I don't think I finished mapping this out, if I recall correctly, because there should be a stairs down somewhere. I found a place where there was 100 gold just kicking around. The yellow chest on the left-hand side of my map has $100 in it. $100 Tantagel buckaroons. There's a fighter's ring in here, which is worth like 30. I forget what the stairs are. Oh yeah, there's that door, I think, that I haven't dealt with. Oh, there's a chest here. Is this on my map? My map is not very good. 100 smackaroons. 15 sesterces. Oh no, I know where I am. It is on my map. There's got to be a way down. Is it this way? If only I had some sort of map that I could use to tell my way. How are you enjoying Dragon Warrior so far, Greg? What is, if you had to describe the feelings that Dragon Warrior makes you feel, how would you describe them? Doesn't seem like your type of game. Yeah, I get that. I don't love this, to be honest, but I have a deep appreciation for it. To me, it's kind of like, I don't know, like say you go, this is just an example, but say you went and you go see like a really cool dam, and you're like, wow, this dam is huge, it holds a lot of water, it's really cool how it generates power, and then afterwards, you go and you spend maybe an afternoon reading about construction and engineering so that you can appreciate it more. To me, it's a bit like this. It's like, this is giving me a better appreciation for the JRPG genre, and it makes me appreciate things about the Dragon Quest games that I have. Oh, okay, that I've already played. As well as Dragon Quest games that I'm looking forward to playing. But, you know, there's parts of this that are definitely a slog. What's your new favorite thing? Let's go to adjust the position of the ring. That's cute. Where do I go, though? Is the fighter's ring all I really needed down here? Is this the whole dungeon? It's called combat juggling. Two jugglers trying to make each other mess up, and it's really insane. It's really intense. That does sound fun. At first I misread that as, I misread it as, it's called Combat Juggling 2. As though it was like the sequel to Combat Juggling. I was thinking, wait a second. How did I miss the first one? Maybe the fighter's ring is all that's in here. Sick. Send it my way. Hit that Discord hard, baby. That's what it's there for. Nice. 10 magic points is sweet. Can use those to heal myself a few times. So I think that this actually might be it for the dungeon. For some reason I thought it was a deeper dungeon than it is, but that seems to be it. So you might as well go grab the $100 and then head out. I don't know what the fighter's ring does, though. I didn't make note of my attack power before putting it on, but my only guess would be is that the fighter's ring increases your attack power. Maybe in the same way that the dragon scale increase my defense by 2. It's not an unreasonable presumption. Oh, 130. The amount of gold that's in the chest changes a little bit every time, but it's always at least 100. Sweet, I'll check that out later. So Dragon Quest 11 comes out at the end of the month. Yeah, the droll. They're like snail creatures, but for whatever reason it shows them like from a weird angle. I don't know how tall they are. But the artwork makes it look like they're in the exact center of your eye line. What are all these guys hanging around in these caves? So I think that's it for these caves. I think we found all the stuff that we needed to. Let's rename this maps. So maybe we're... Oh yeah, sounds good, man. Don't you worry. I'll just be here playing video games. No cause for concern. But yeah, if you're seeing the snail from the front like that, it would either need to be absolutely huge or elevated somehow, like it's on like a pedestal, like sticking up off the ground somehow. Those slimes always run away. Always running away. Okay, how am I on keys? I got 5. Maybe it's time to take on the cave area to the, or the downstairs area of the north. To the north. That dungeon. We're certainly doing better. Level 11 is something. Level 11 is something to work with. Spell. All right. This should put us in good shape. Our MP only almost matches our HP at this point, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I think we should head to the north and see what's up. Okay. So from here, we've got something working. So we can do, I don't know. We need a new one. New. That's fine. And we're going to call this Grave Tunnel. Or, I don't know. Underground grave site. Okay. Seems like a good enough thing to call it. Might as well grab it, right? Alright, hitting stairs. Okay. Spell Radiant. So I don't exactly know where I am in all of this. So we're just gonna, I don't know. It's easy enough to move. So was it Control S or Shift S? It's the C. Shift S, Control S. There you go. Snap to grid. We're just gonna assume that we're more or less in the middle-ish. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2. People in my neighborhood are yelling at each other because they don't know how to use their words. Okay. So far, so good. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. That's something. Okay. Okay, that's looking good. So far, so good. I recognize you. Could bring the map up. Cool. So then that's down here. That would go there. Man, looks so bad. Hey, Johnny Temp, how's it going? What looks so bad? What are you talking about? Are you talking about this video game from 1985? Or, yeah, from 1985, I think it is. What is this from? No, this version is Dragon Warriors from 89, I think. The game. Nah, you're just being unfair to it. You can't expect games from the late 80s to look anything different. Yeah, the original release was 1986. I don't know, man. What do you want? What do you want from 1986? I need you to look at in the eyes of director Kiyoshi Nakamura and tell him he did a bad job, okay? That's what I need you to do. Gonna need you, Johnny Temp, I'm gonna need you to put your money where your mouth is. You're gonna need to say, Mr. or Nakamura-san, I know that you may have created a game that's legendary and came to define a genre. But it doesn't look like a game from 2016 or 2019 or whatever year this is. So it's bad. You're going to have to tell him that. Do you think you can do that, Johnny? Do you think you got what it takes? Are you going to call him out? Are you going to correct the record? Mr. Nakamura-san, I know it was only 1986 and you are working on a Super Nintendo, but this doesn't look like Overwatch. What were you even thinking? I'm mapping out the dungeon here so that I do not get lost. So I think that goes down there. Because the game does not have a map. Because you actually have to like explore stuff. What an idea. It's like it's an adventure or something, right? There's no mini map. Okay. Personally, I think this is a good looking game. I think it is very aesthetically pleasing. I think there's a definitely like a rugged simplicity to it. There's no lighting. There's no 3D models, right? There's no fancy tricks. But all the sprites are good and the layouts are attractive. And all the sprites are clear and evocative, even though they're simple. How is it going, my dear Dude Lin? How's it going, Dude Lin? Dude Lin, I did check out some of the music from Fire Emblem 16 Houses, or whatever it's called. I was good to my word. It's going good, dude. Good, dude, Liam. What if we started like a church, and instead of like saying like, you know, brother this or sister that, everyone was just dude this and dude that. So I think I messed up my map below here. Or did I? What tile am I in? But yeah, I did check out yonder Fire Emblem Fates 6 Houses. It was good. Yes, I did really like the music. You are 100% correct. I give you full points. I wasn't able to listen to like, I don't know how good of a overall like impression I got of the game, because like I didn't want to just click through like one song at a time, so I just put on like one of those like YouTube mixes, and it was like relaxing Fire Emblem 6 Houses music. So I don't know how representative of that it was of the game, but everything I heard I really liked. I think I listened to like half an hour of it. It's good. It's good stuff. Thank you for the recommendation. So everything I'm seeing here says that this map is off. The map I'm making. Well, that would explain a lot. So yeah, I think the issue is that I just screwed it up. So let's yeah, I did just screw it up. It looks like this is filled in. I can share you the best pieces in the game if you like the fighting music. Yeah, smash those things. Like, send me those links on the Discord. I'll check them out. Pinky swear, super double promise. What do you think about this game aesthetically? Do you think that this game is a beautiful work of art, and you love the way that this game looks when you look at it with your eyes? Or do you think that this game is Trey's Ugo? What do you think, Lynn? Do you think this game is holding up, considering that it's from 1986? So there's that. I think it was dupe. Looks like a worse Legend of Zelda. That's fair. I mean, this isn't exactly like a good showing of the best the game has to offer. That's funny. I don't think it's an ugly game. I think it's attractive. I think the sprite work, while simple, is extremely effective. I'm getting confused by trying to make this map. I think this is actually an empty tile. That's lining up better. Yeah, you like how Legend of Zelda games looked back in the day? That's also like a tough competition, right? Just saying like, oh, it doesn't look as good as like one of the best looking games of the era. This is also a little I'm sure there's not a lot of game designers from the mid 80s who would be too thrilled to invite the comparison between their game and Legend of Zelda. Maybe they would. Who knows? I think that Dragon Quest, the melodies, the music from Dragon Quest definitely holds its own. That's where I might push back a little bit. I think you might be more familiar with the music from The Legend of Zelda, so it probably resonates a little bit more strongly with you. But I would say that the music is on par in this video game. The Legend of Zelda is definitely not without its examples of completely unsingable songs that are impossible to memorize. So this looks like it's by 3 up there. What do you think about having to make your own map in a game because there's no map in the game? Do you think that's esoteric, old-timey nonsense? Or do you think that that's charming? Doesn't seem fun? It's not your idea of fun? I guess like different things attract different people for games, right? Have you ever played any of the Entry and Odyssey games? By any chance? Nope. Well, Entry and Odyssey games basically turn what I'm doing into one of the core mechanics. They're like a hardcore Atlas RPG. Where like one of the main points of the game is that you're in these vast dungeons, huge dungeons, and there's no map provided, and you just sort of have to figure it out. It's really fun, actually. It is, to each their own, right? If it doesn't interest you, it doesn't interest you. Some people like drawing maps, though. Some people, what's one of the things they miss the most about like older games is that the newer games do too much of the work for you. Right, like there's little exclamation points and blinking lights above everybody's head who wants to talk to you. So you never actually have to like think about where to go or what's happening in the story. Some people don't like that, right? Other people are like, well, games shouldn't exactly be work, right? I want to be entertained, not get a degree in cartography. I'm here as a pastime, not I play single player games to relax. You don't find drawing a little simple, nice little map to be a relaxing pursuit? I don't know. I really like pixel art and drawing and whatnot, as I'm sure you know about me. So I do enjoy this, personally. Not to use my small thing I call a brain. That little thing between your ears. Anyways, maybe not to play them to fall in love, but if I were you, I would check out the Entry and Odyssey games just to see how people take this idea of mapping and turn it into an entire series of games. I really like the Entry and Odyssey games. Fleshy meat suit. Of gold thou hast gained 9. Found a herb. The color for herbs is blue. Because as we discussed, Herb Ellis is a bluesy guitar player. I can also understand if there's like that there's certain games that people would rather watch than actually play themselves. Just change that you have a small brain. Well, we mapped out this part of the dungeon. Yeah, most people's brains are proportionate to the size of their body. And like, the stuff that your brain is actually doing to be a brain doesn't actually take that much space. It's like electrons and things. All the chemistry and all the electricity that's happening in your brain is actually quite roomy. So why do you think people like to dump on older games? Do you think we'll come back in 5 years, 10 years, and all the games that we enjoyed playing together today we'll have to pretend we hate? People do love to hate on older games. Whenever I'm playing something like not from the last 2 years, I always have people come into the stream being like, "Ugh, this game's gross. It looks so bad." As though I care. You know, saying that to the guy who's currently drawing his own map with a pixel art program. I guess it depends on what you mean by age well, right? Generally, I'm not going to nitpick. I think I know what you mean in general. But I think that like one of the bigger barriers to enjoying old games, I think, is the player and not the game itself necessarily. You know, there's skills that you develop when you learn how to play like a genre, right? Like if you've played a Smash Bros game before, it's going to be a huge help for you enjoying the next one. And it's just because you already have the skills required to do the thing. I'll make the door white. And I think that's the issue with a lot of these older games, is that people just like don't understand how to pull information from them and find them confusing. Ocarina of Time is a good example of a game that doesn't age well graphically. I don't know. I think Ocarina of Time still looks good, even though like the textures are, you know, stuck in their time period. They're stuck on the N64, and the models are simple. I'd still argue that Ocarina of Time is a good-looking game. You know what I mean? I think aesthetically speaking, Ocarina of Time is still a very attractive video game. The scenes look good. Hyrule Field is fun. It's compelling. You look out at it, and it's this big world of adventure waiting for you. Oh, I messed that up. The scenarios are evocative. Death Mountain looks dangerous. You know, the lake looks deep. The desert feels rustic and fantastic. In my life, I guess when we say like games that haven't aged well, I wonder what we really mean by that. I wonder what we really mean. So this is one of these situations where I think I've messed up my map, because if I'm here and it goes doop doop, there's nothing there. There is something there. One, two, three. something there and that. So I don't know what I did over here, but it's probably not right. The old one. I've enjoyed Master 3DS. I didn't understand the gameplay. How to progress my work. This is redone when I do a song. Yeah, you keep your masks, you keep your items, you keep all the stuff. The stuff goes back with you. Your money doesn't go back with you. And so you have to like figure out the plot in like 3-day sections. And then figure out how to solve it all, so to speak, in one final sequence. So I think I messed this up here. This looks like it belongs down here. Where's V for move tool? No. Oh, I drew a rectangle. I didn't make a selection. I want my M for marquee tool. There we go. How many times beat Wind Waker? So Wind Waker is one of these games that people talk about as being a game that like holds up well, and I think it's because like the cell shaded art style is a little softer on how games age, so to speak. Because I think when people are talking about games not aging well, one of the things they talk about, one of the things that they refer to is, I guess like people think that being able to like count polygons and see the blur in textures is something that isn't aging well. And I guess it seems like for people, if it's not photorealistic, then it should be like cartoony. Yeah, but I mean, like the textures are what they are, right? Like the textures are what they were capable of rendering at the time, right? It's not like the textures are bad. It's not like they just went in and were like, let's use bad textures. Let's use the ugly ones for this game. We have all these good looking textures we can use, but instead we're going to choose to use these ugly ones instead. Do you know what I mean? I think that a lot of times people cross over video games with technology, and they want the game to feel powerful, even if that wouldn't necessarily actually make the game any more fun. That's the sense I get. So I think somehow this got off as well. So I'm going to take this all down. So like the game can't just be fun. It also has to be like a gutsy tech demo. It is pretty dark. Part of the reason why Ocarina of Time is pretty dark is to get around issues of like really short draw distances for the N64. Yeah, Dark Light Princess. Twilight Frown Woman. Frown Lord. Queen of the Frowning. Yeah, that was the really dark era. Like, look at Gears of War, or, yeah, any shooter from that era. They're all just brown. So many. There's an era of brown games. 2008 through 2011, brown video games. Okay, so orange goes down. So that's good. So then this goes here. Anyways, I'm not trying to say that you should change your opinion or whatnot, but I think to a certain extent, people judge older games based on what games they think games should look like today, rather than what they think it's reasonable for a game to look like back then. And completely out of in no relation whatsoever to whether or not the game was enjoyable to play. Right, because when I hear I don't like the textures, I'm not hearing this game was not fun. If that makes sense. Because if we want to get into it, right, like no one's going to come to defense of the idea that textures equal fun, right? No one's claiming that. That goes there. Twilight Princess never been surpassed when it comes to fighting, in my opinion. A lot of people did like the fighting in Twilight Princess. The Wii U version I heard was a lot better. If you think it's a solid Zelda game, you just think on like an aesthetic level, were they to be able to make it today, they wouldn't make it the way that they made it look. And that would be for the best. Is that what you're saying? Alright, we got a new layer. This is going to be B2. Alright. Well, it's good catching up with you as always. Hopefully I didn't badger you too much about aesthetics in games. I just think it's an interesting topic. How people's expectations for the way that video games should look are set. Ba-da-bum, boo-boo-ba-ba. Yeah, I get that. I think that makes sense. Looks like I'm going to have to increase the size of my canvas quite a bit, because it looks like these tiles are not centered, or these maps, or whatever we want to say. All right, canvas size. Oh, let's do 1,000 by 1,000. That'll give me plenty more to work with. In my life. Oh, it's off the grid now, eh? I'm gonna have to tweak that a little bit. Still waiting for that Super Mario Sunshine remaster. Who knows? This might be the generation. Yeah, I suppose. Ba-ba-dee-da-bye. All right, so 1, 2, 3. I think it's like off by 5. So I think I need to add like 1 here. Or do I just need to grab everything and move it? Going over to and up. It seems to have worked the way I intended. No, it did not. Boop. Okay, no, that works. Cool. See you, Greg. Have a good one. Have a good Greg evening. Have some good Greggy snacks. You worked hard for it, baby. What do you think? Let's think about the music, for example, for a second. Do you feel like the music from this game has aged poorly, Lynn? Do you think that like chiptunes and like this 8-bit music that's made by much simpler synthesizers than we have access to today, do you think it sounds bad? That's interesting. I think it sounds really, really very good. That's just me personally. Not terrible. Do you have a general fondness for lo-fi synthesizers, or do you not care for them at all? Because I would say, like, for me, like, you know, in the same way that, like, you know, just because we have movies doesn't mean, and cameras and stuff, doesn't mean that like oil paintings are like obsolete. Like if someone's doing like a watercolor painting, you would never be like, ah, the frame rate on this watercolor painting is horrible. Look at this resolution. There's only 12 colors in this watercolor. This is garbage. Look at this. How big is this frame? Some stairs down, but you wouldn't listen to it in the car. That's fair. I think there's different types of music for different situations, right? It's not as though the car is the ultimate place to listen to music. Get rid of the concert hall. Get rid of the auditorium. We've got the back of Dad's minivan. So yeah, like in the same way that I don't think that like, you know, a classic oil painting is like obsolete, I don't think the instruments that were used to make this music are obsolete either. That's kind of how I feel. To say like, to me, when people say stuff like, these games haven't aged well or are obsolete or whatnot, is kind of like saying, like pen and ink drawings are obsolete, and or this Monet watercolor is obsolete, and if Monet was still alive, he would have, like, I don't know, redone this painting using Instagram filters or something. The reason why Fire Emblem Three Houses is my favorite soundtrack ever is because I could probably be paid and sing at the same time. For sure, yeah. So, yes, within a few margins, there's some production techniques that are used in the game that would be really, really, really hard to do with a live ensemble. But I know what you mean and do not disagree. So, oh, did I put this off by one tile? I think I did. You could totally reduplicate this stuff. 100%. There's bands that actually do that. So what they'll do is they have cartridges that just directly access the sound chips in the old hardware, and then you can send it MIDI instructions, and you literally just play like the Super Nintendo or whatever, like it's a keyboard, like it's just a different synth patch on your keyboard. I can send you some links to that stuff, but like people literally do perform this, and I don't mean like in the way that Octrock does, because we like orchestrate it and do acoustic instrument versions of it. People like without any tomfoolery or any special treatment actually just play this so that it sounds the exact same live. So, but I would argue that the sound chip from the NES is a valid instrument. There's nothing wrong with it. It has its own like limitations, the way that any other musical instrument does, right? It's just things that it's good at and things that it's not good at, right? Like, you know, I play the double bass and I play the piano, and oh boy, they're good at different things. But those are just like characteristics of the instrument. It's not like the double bass is wrong for not being covered in keys and really fast to play and all this stuff, right? But yeah, there's lots of chiptune bands out there that literally get up on stage with their wires and their Game Boys that look like Frankenstein experiments, and they just like play the songs with keyboards and sequencers and stuff. It's really cool. All right, sounds good. It's time to eat Pog University. Foggers is going to university. I think that completes the loop. Yeah. So if we go here, we can map a bunch of stuff out. So if I did this correctly, that should connect to something. All right, this is going down. Going downtown. Bum, 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 bum. Going downtown. So that's there. Please be a passageway below this. Yes. Alright. Let's progress. This looks pretty right. All things considered. Okay, we're doing good. Metal Scorpion. 2. We can deal with that. Eat it, Metal Scorpion. Eat it. Should probably heal. Alright, so we're on a new level now. So we're gonna need... Okay. So we're on B3 now. New layer. B2. Excuse me. It's right there. Stuck right in the middle. There we go. All right, let's map. Okay. So that's going here. It's going there. So then I need, it's down 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then dupe, and then this is going here, like that. It's going like that. Does that look right? No, it does not. These need to go away. That's gotta go. Okay. Check 1, 2. 1, 2, check, check, check. Okay, so. Goes there. It's there. Let's go there. Okay. And then that's that. And then this goes like that. That goes something like that. Okay. And then boop boop. And then doop doop. 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 Thanks, Audubon pal. Like that, I think. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, we're making progress. Druid Lord is different, eh? The guy looks dangerous. I will need to be weary. Okay, so this doesn't actually lead anywhere. That's a dead end. Very, very, very good use of music. It's very clever. Let's go to the one by the entrance, because I'm just worried that I'm going to run out of resources soon. Guess I can't afford anything new very soon. Okay. Well. So that's red then. Where am I? Okay. I don't know where this is, but it's a dead end. Droll Magi. Ooh, that hurts. Gotta get out of there. Gotta get out of there. The ever pitch shifting music. Maybe the maps don't actually perfectly line up. I would not be surprised, actually. Ten hit points. Alright, let's try to figure out what's going on with this map. So we are here. So, okay. So we're here. So it goes down. So that's fine. That works well. Okay, so this doesn't connect. Skeleton, I haven't seen one of those for a while. Eat it, skeleton. Okay, so we got a big long hallway down here, which actually matches up pretty good with what I've already got on my map. So I'm here. So the other side of this, there's something coming down. So that's that wall. So this is down from there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. What did I screw up here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2. So there's not enough space there for what I've drawn in, eh? All right, well, based off of what we know, yeah, there needs to be a gap there. Okay, okay. We're using our spatial reasoning right now. It's going okay. I've done better spatial reasoning in the past. Okay, so this has got to go. Okay. That actually does make more sense. Oh, hey there, Bill. How's it going? Do not adjust your set. You do see properly. I am drawing my own map of this dungeon in Dragon Quest. How are you doing? I think so too. I think it is. I also think it's fun. This evening, I've had people come to tell me that they think the game looks bad. I don't know why people would take their time out of their evening to come let me know that a game from 1986 doesn't look like a game from 2019, but that's what they're doing. Otherwise, I'm doing great. I'm drawing maps. I played a bit of Dungeon Keeper, yeah. It was fun. It was a good time. It's a good time. Are you still heavy on your World of Warcraft thing? That World of Warcraft kick? So I think something I have the placement of some of these tiles off. Yeah, like this is wrong. 1, 2. Yes, sir. I keep on asking it, but are you max level yet? One of these days you're gonna be max level. What is the level cap again? Was it like 60 or something? And then they raised it a bunch of times. And they would raise it by like 5 levels at a time. Original was 60. You must be just chilling then, right? Like you're in no rush. I'm sure there's people who hit max level like first day who are like super hardcore about it, who had like a leveling plan. They came prepared. Okay, this is where I'm wrong. This is where my map is off. So I think all of this has to go off one tile. So I'm actually drawing what I'm seeing right now. This goes here. That goes there. And then that's right. So I'm here right now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So then this is not there. Oh wow. Oh wow, this is just wrong. This is just wrong. Oh, I understand. Yeah, I get that. You're keeping pace with your palos. Yeah, I actually do. I have and do and am making some stuff in RPG Maker. It's a lot of fun, actually. Whenever I don't have like a game project that I'm employed to work at, I go and open up my RPG Maker MV project again and put some work into it. You know, explore some of my own ideas, see what's up a little. I never end up getting that far, turns out. Seems like I'm pretty good at keeping myself busy. But yeah, I like RPG Maker MV a lot. It's coming up for the Switch, and I've toyed with the idea of picking up the Switch version for no real good reason. It's not like I'm really going to be developing my own RPG on the go or whatever, but yeah, they do they're a good job of making all that stuff like as approachable as possible. But at a certain point level, it just is learning how to do scripting. There's only so much you can do to gloss over all that and sweeten it up, right? At a certain point, you just are scripting AI, even if you don't have to directly come in contact with the code you're writing. Okay, I think that's right. So if I go over 1 here. Cool. I think I'm back on track here. That looks right. Cool. Yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real time sink. In a fun way, but you're 100% completely right. It's not just like drag and drop some things in and then you've got your own game done. And me being me about it, right? Like I've also been like creating the art assets for the game and doing the music myself and whatnot. But yeah, the game that I'm working on, when I started working on it, one of the sort of goals I set for myself was that the game would never be actually released. It's just like right from word one, I'm going to relieve myself of any pressure to actually finish the thing. Right? Like, just forget about that. Just let this one thing be a bit of a pure playground. Just a little bed for ideas. Try out some neat stuff. See what I can come up with. learn a thing or two while I'm at it, if possible, right? And it's been absolutely great for that. I've learned a lot. There's a lot of things. It's like you almost get to like. For me, it's almost like job shadowing, if that makes sense. Like I, for an afternoon, get to like pretend to be the game designer on my team or whatnot. I get to pretend to be the artist, and I feel like, you know, like you do with any other job shadowy type thing, you really, really quickly gain a deep appreciation for like how much actually goes into all the other jobs that are done on the teams that you're on, and how things take time, and people are like highly skilled experts, and you should trust them. Stuff like that. Okay, so then this is an empty tile here. Okay. So I'm right above. So it looks like all this I just messed up. Luckily there's not a lot of it. So I'm just gonna start over here and make this again. I don't know if you've ever gotten that chance to do that at work. Like sit at someone else's desk for a day and like just talk to them about the challenges they have on their job, like what they actually do in a day of work. And then it can immediately make things make a ton more sense whenever you're waiting for them to complete their leg of the project or something like that. Just like knowing what is actually going into them finishing their tasks, and like just like the really simple things that you wouldn't think about that slow them down. RPG Maker does that a bit for me. It's like a chance to appreciate my colleagues a little more. 1, 2, 3 up. Yeah, that was your original goal. Well, it's never too late to start. There's just a zillion, billion, zillion job openings for programmers and the like in the games industry. I see them every day and consider the idea of learning how to code in a more serious fashion a little more every day, as I'm looking for that games audio work that doesn't really exist. It does, but it's, you know how it goes. People in the arts, it's never that clear. For where it is Phalian. Hey there, Brad, how's it going? We're mapping. We're drawing a map of this dungeon. I think I finished the other dungeon that we were in. I think all that was in there was the fighter's ring, which, as far as I understand, all it did was bump up my attack stat by 2, which I'm not sad about. But it would have been cool if there was like a laser sword or like a handgun or something in there that I could use to murder the Dragon Lord with. So I think that goes there. I'm currently mapping out a new dungeon. Hey Dana, how's it going? Hey, it's going good. Hey Bradford. Hey Bill. Hey Dana. Hey everybody, it's me Liam. I'm mapping. I'm doing good. Something that didn't work for Audubon Pal, but did work for Twitch chat. I don't know what you typed, Brad, but whatever it is, it's fantastic. I was discussing, so I've had a few people come into the stream tonight to tell me that they think this game is ugly. Which I don't know. they got a lot of time on their hands. Maybe they would like to volunteer some of their time to work for Octorok, since they don't seem to need their time. And I could use it, put them to work as social media interns. Anyhow, so I've been thinking a little bit about the idea of games aging and what that means. Like when people say this game has not aged well, like what do they mean, right? Like, what are you talking about? I think that this game looks good. Moons. So there's fortune cookies. Are you finding symbols that match the shapes that I'm drawing? I think this game sounds good. I don't think that there's anything wrong with NES hardware or NES graphics. It's not like the thing that I think about is it's not as though back in 1986 they made the game look like this by mistake. You know what I mean? It's not like they had... So that wasn't an accident. Sure, there's limitations, right? But when Monet was painting in oil paints, he had limitations to deal with. I'm not saying that this is like a Monet. There's a secret extra limitation for Dragon Warrior. What's the secret extra limitation? Oh, it was made for the MSX. Interesting. I'm afraid I don't know what an MSX is, though. Look at all our money. And the NES version was ported to that version. They didn't really redo stuff for it. Interesting. Cool. What do you think, Brad? Do you think this game looks ugly? What does it mean? What does it mean to you guys? Have you ever said this game hasn't aged well? And if you said that, what did you mean when you said it? I'm not trying to pick fights. We're not gonna redo the whole can you port a Hooters with 100% accuracy debacle. We're not gonna revisit those old battle wounds. Can you 100% accurately recreate a Hooters inside an NES? We're not gonna go there. But I'm just curious, like, of all the people, I figured you, Brad, would tend to agree with the idea of games not aging well as being an interesting turn of phrase. But like, when people, if you've used it or you've heard other people use it, what do you think they were talking about? What do you think is at the heart of that criticism? Dana or Bill, have you ever found yourself saying that a game hasn't aged well? Does that mean that like the game just like impressed at the time, but you were young and foolish then and gullible? When new games come out with better graphics, better graphics, do you have to not like the games that you enjoyed when you played them when they came out? If you label me, you negate me. Labels absolutely do run the risk of oversimplifying their subjects for the purpose of ease of discussion. If you have no interest in this topic of conversation, smash the F key. Anyways, just having people come in to chat and be like, yo, this game looks so bad. La 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 la. It's just gotten me thinking, that's all. That's all. Trying to think of a time I said it. Yeah. To me, I think there's like a thing where people in part view video games as something that's both like entertainment. Like, oh, you can't see my fingers. I think people think about video games as being entertainment, thinking things about being aesthetic, like artwork, and also like a technical thing, right? And I think that like there's a certain person who sees this game and doesn't see like 3D art assets with deep textures and dynamic lighting and whatnot, and because they don't see the technical stuff that they see in modern games, would say this doesn't age well. You know, it doesn't look like something modern. Where there's older games that, because of choices they made in the art style, look a lot more contemporary. Like I think like a lot of like SNES, like 16-bit era things. People are still making games that have that sort of 64 by 64 sprite, you know, like sprite texture depth thing, and so a lot of those games look a little bit more current. Yeah, the monster sprites are really good. I might agree with you that the dungeons are a little samey, maybe because they're more of a variety. They don't have a really great sense of space. I think the outdoor environments are really beautiful though. Like, I think this is a really, really nice screen. It's nice and vibrant. I can tell where I am. It's very evocative. I have a good sense of like scale, what the world is like. I think the music's really good. I have a soft spot for chiptunes and these kinds of old synthesizers. I really like these little drawings. I really like how the frame that you see when you fight the bad guys depends upon what the territory around you looks like, because they change, right, accordingly. I think it's a nice touch. Anyways, the other thing I think of when people say that games haven't aged well is the game doesn't match their current expectation for game mechanics, or like it doesn't have modern gameplay systems. So like, you get used to the way the games play, right? And you learn how to do them. Right, like if Splatoon 3 came out, anybody who'd played Splatoon 1 or 2 would immediately have a large body of skill to base their gameplay of Splatoon 3 off of, provided Splatoon 3 continues in the direction that the first two had, right? And I think that, like, engages players in a certain sense. They feel part of the thing. And I think that if you're a new player who's not played an older JRPG that has like these kind of sensibilities, that you might be tempted to feel like it's outdated. But I think it's really just different. So I guess what I mean is, hasn't aged well. It tells you nothing except that the game is old and you don't like something about it. Sure, yeah. That's fair. I guess for a lot of people there's like a sense that, like, because games are technology, they're supposed to move forward, like they get better, and games in the past are worse, and that like if only the people who made this game were around today, they would have known better. And they would have made the game good instead of the game that they made. So like, yeah, I can agree with that. So Brad's response is a typical Brad response. Very diplomatic, very measured, very level-headed. That's what we like about Brad. He's not prone to outbursts like me. I don't know if I've ever seen you or heard you yell, Brad. I'm also just teasing you. I'm not trying to label you. Oh no! I should heal myself. Yeah, do you even want to know? This guy's a jerk. Alright, we killed him. Anywho. The thing that I always come back to is like the idea of like you take something like the violin or the flute or whatever, or the guitar, where there's like definitely improvements that are made in the instrument over periods of time. Like the keying might be more accurate, and you know, it might be easier to make more consistent instruments over time using better manufacturing techniques. Instruments that might be less stuffy and easier to play, generally speaking, but they're not like fundamentally different than they were 100 years ago. So there's no sense in which that, like, if you took, I don't know, the piano and added 3 more octaves on both sides, like it would be like a better instrument, and that older pianos that didn't have those 3 octaves of keys would be pianos that like hadn't aged well. Like the piano's doing fine, right? It doesn't need to. Yeah, string technology has definitely improved for string instruments. To a certain extent, like the quality of your string is just like a function of what kind of music you want the string to make, which is also part of the question, right? Like one of my first bass teachers was a Baroque period musician, so he had a funky bass, not like a Bootsy Collins bass, but he had a bass that was made in a Baroque style, and he used a Baroque bow that was like shaped like a hacksaw, and he sat in a weird position while playing, and he used like catgut strings, all in service of trying to make the instrument sound as close to as it would have back in its own era. Right, yeah. Where for various reasons it's, even if playing in fifths would be better, people play in fourths because of limitations make it, practically speaking, a better choice. Oglob, the ancient bows? Who's Oglob? Yeah, I think like bow making technology is really improved so that I replace oh god with oglob, and it's a habit forever. Oh glob, right? Okay, I get you. Yeah, like bow making technology has definitely made it so that it's easier to make smaller, lighter bows that have better response for cheaper than ever before. And that's changed string music a lot because it's a lot easier for people to play quickly and accurately than it was before. And so now composers are writing for that really, really, really fast digital string passages that are even in the bass, because bass bows and bass instruments have a lot quicker response than they ever had before, and bass players have like the pedagogy, the training around becoming a bass player has adjusted as well to meet those demands. Yeah, the pieces call for bass players who can play really quickly, and so that's what people are doing in school. They're learning how to play the bass quick. Oh boy, we gotta run from this guy thing. Wow. We went too far. If we go to this fight, I'm gonna use the Chimera Wing. Just because I can't risk losing 1,000 gold. I don't have one. Shoot. Okay, we just gotta hope. I went too far. Kids. Alright, we gotta heal up. I do think that there's a builder in this world that mined all the gold. Because he used to be Copper Gold Man. Please don't die, Liam. Oh, looking good. Looking good. Oh. We've had times where we went 5 tiles and got attacked 16 times. I rolled really high on my stealth check. How's D&D Club? Dana? Are you the master of D&D Club now? Have you been rolling a lot of stealth checks? You can be honest if you haven't. Nice, it's very kind of you. There's always like a most popular type of character, right? For a while, everyone wanted to play a Dragonborn fighter. Like that was everyone's jam. Is there a character that everybody's into now? Like everyone wants to roll up a YouTube influencer. Like that's the character. I guess while I'm here, I might as well buy some keys. I'm not the leader. We haven't really gotten around to setting it up weirdly. You're going leaderless. Paladins seem popular. Everyone wants to stick up for the little guy, but be kind of a jerk. Guess I can get rid of my map for the time being. Do you think he'll ever go for lunch with his girlfriend? Alright, sounds good. Let me know if you need help with your homework. Interesting. I still think Star Fox looks good. Star Fox for Super Nintendo. And I'm not just trying to be difficult. Like, I really do think it's a good looking game. Look at all these torches I got. You can't stand the low frame rate. The low frame rate doesn't bug me. I get where you're coming from. It definitely drags compared to like modern shooters. I loved it when it came out. I still feel like it's a great game. It hasn't, yeah. That's definitely a game that a lot of people talk about that way. Like, they basically say, like, don't bother with Star Fox if you can play Star Fox 64. Good luck. I like all that stuff. I still think the boss encounters are really clever. I think the environments look good, even though they look like nothing from this world. That's just what cities are like in the world where Fox McCloud is from. There's not a store here where I can buy wings and stuff, eh? I guess I just have to go to the inn. Spend a night. So like 50 bucks here or something? Nah, that's fine, we can afford that. That's like one key. You can overclock it. Yeah, for sure. It's just to crank that frame rate. Run it at 10,000 frames per second or whatever you were bragging the other night that your computer could push. Yo, what's the actual resolution of the NES? Is it 420? 420p? $240. I must be thinking of the Super Nintendo. 240p. What does the Super Nintendo run at? Exactly the same? Okay. Same resolution, just, yeah, more colors. Greater storage for texture. More space. Lots more colors. Okay, interesting. That's cool. And I guess like texture, like resolution means something kind of different on CRT than it does on like an LCD screen. Sure, yeah. Which may not have known what to do with the signal. Sounds very Nintendo to include something like that. This like weird graphics mode that they never actually got around to doing anything with. Lots of monsters here. I'm glad that these guys were asleep at home when I came through the first time. Yeah, it's literally every tile. Can you hear the woman on the balcony next to mine in the microphone? I don't really think it's Nintendo. This is really how it goes with all new hardware. They just like support a bunch of different graphics modes. They don't necessarily know how people are going to use it, but they just like throw it out there. See what'll happen. That vitality sensor. Get that Nintendo vitality sensor happening. So full plate is at $3 grand. I guess that's our next milestone. We can hang out here until we have $3 grand. Sure. Things that they like implemented or planned for, put space for on the board or whatever, but never actually worked properly. How goes the Dragon Questing? It's going pretty good. Right now we're grinding it out for enough money to get a full plate. Made a little bit more progress. I have like 45 fighters rings right now. I'm not exactly sure what they do. We got ourselves a flute, which is pretty sick flute. Not sure what the flute does either. I think the fighter's ring bumps my attack stat, but I didn't notice what my attack stat was before I put it on, so I'm not exactly sure. Other than that, the other big development is that I started mapping the dungeons because I was getting too lost. So there we are. But yeah, we're working away at it. We're making some progress. I don't feel so much like I'm stuck in, like I'm spinning my wheels anymore. We've got a broadsword. We're cracking dudes over the head with it. You know, 49 points of damage. That's not so bad. As far as I recall, it's a boost attack, but it glitches in the NES version. Interesting. That doesn't surprise me. There's a really funny item text when you doesn't work. I like this. Squiddo adjusted the position of the fighter's ring. I like that. If you already have the ring on. I also like how you can get as many of them as you want. I guess I'm wearing one. I've sold one, and then I have another one there in my inventory. So I've had like 3 in all. That's good for death warping. What's good for death warping? Spending all your money, getting killed. So you don't have to use a Chimera wing. Or just wing, I guess. When it's cheaper to die than it is to buy a wing. We're getting there. Adjusting the fighter's ring in combat? Oh, I didn't know that. What does it do? That's curious. I'm scared. It skips your turn. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. So that's what happens when you use it in combat too. Right, so you don't actually... So you can force a KO. Very, 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 very cute. Smart idea. Looks like heal is healing a lot more heals. Now, that was an 11-point heal. It's pretty good. We only need 300 more, so it's like fighting 10 more of those dudes. The grind is real. How you doing, Mr. Is it Mr. Spoke? Mr. Spoke? Mr. Spokes? Could be. People have some pretty crazy... Yeah, I figured it's Mr. Spokes. Mr. Spokes. So people have some pretty crazy usernames on Twitch. What's the town in the northwest or northeast? It's like Galenham or something. That's what I'm on now. I kind of hit a point where the monsters were kicking my butt. So I figured I would come down here and get myself some Garenham. Yeah, that was close. So I'd come down here and upgrade my armor before coming back and moving on to like floor 3 of the dungeon. I don't know exactly what's going on. I think I heard from a dude that that's where the harp is. So I figure I'll keep on plunging down into that dungeon until eventually I find the flute. No town matches that description yet. I've explored around on this continent, but I haven't crossed the bridge to the south yet. I've seen the gold men and whatnot, but I keep on running from them because I'm worried that they're just going to kick my butt. The gold men and wraiths. The last time I bumped into a gold man, he didn't do a ton of damage, but it seemed like it would still be risky to actually like fight it out. So I didn't try. I just ran away. I've definitely gained some traction though. Like I feel like I'm a little bit more on the curve now rather than just like getting kicked around at the bottom of it. For a while there, it just felt like I was getting dragged behind the game. But I'm beating monsters, I'm getting equipment and finding new stuff, and I have places I know I can go. Things have definitely picked up quite a bit for me. Oh no, thou art asleep. Thou shalt wake up, Squiddo. Is that gonna do it? Yes, it does. We got 4 extra gold to buy gum. I hope you're doing well today, Mr. Spokes. How am I for minor spoilers? I'm spoiler free. I would rather experience the game on my own terms, right? It's more fun for me. Although I have a general understanding of what the plot is from playing other Dragon Quest games. Okay. Everybody else has a different idea of what a minor spoiler is too. But for me, I try to just steer clear of it all. If I'm curious about things after I've beaten the game, sometimes I'll go looking for those hot tips. Might as well grab a couple more keys while I'm here, and then head back to Tantagel. interestingly shaped doorway. Let's buy one more, just so I have it. You're only allowed 6. Interesting. Okay, well. There we go. It has magic powers. We shall discover soon. My guess is that it has magic resistance. Would be my guess. Just based off of my past experience with Dragon Quest games, is it probably has some ability to resist either like element types or certain spells, but who knows? Who knows? We'll find out. We'll find out when we get there. So what's my defense at now? Because before my defense and my attack were getting pretty close. Yeah, 56 and 51. I think I was at 41 before, or 46. See ya, buddy. Okay. So we can go north again and check out this dungeon. Might as well use it because we've got it. It's clogging up my inventory. Who goes there? I like that the enemies that run away from you still attack you. It's interesting. Like that. It's interesting use of player time. I guess part of it is like to make you feel like a cool dude for having enemies run away from you. I remember when those guys used to be difficult. I guess that's the joy of JRPGs, right? Is you encounter enemies that used to give you trouble, and then you just squish them. So my guess is that now that our armor is a little bit better, we should be able to head back to that dungeon and make some better progress. I guess I can also go to the place called Gurnham, and I don't know what I was gonna say. I honestly just forgot my thought. What's my max HP now? Is it 62? Yeah. Okay. So I think like the magic armor is the next thing I can afford, and it's like $6 grand. So I'm not gonna get that anytime soon. So my sense is probably what's gonna happen is here I'm gonna be able to do whatever next thing is important about. I'm probably gonna be able to get the silver harp from what's his face's grave, Gurnham's grave. Or the hero of Gurnham. Forget what it is. And then there's the guy over in that mountain, over like the cave in the mountains that we can bring the harp to. Defense breaking. Yeah, that makes sense. Works the same way in a few other games. Earthbound is another notable example. Although I'm sure the math is a little different between games. Four gold sold to a smaller damage table. A different lookup. Because I don't need all these fighter rings. Extra fighters rings. We might be stuck here for a while. Oh, so much for that. All right. In we get. Max is at 10 to 15 damage, rather than whatever, sky's the limit. Ah, yes, the herb. Herbert Hoover. There's the other torch. Okay. Let's bust out my map here. Let's get the map going on. Maps. Okay, so we're looking at basement 1. I drew my own map. Can you tell? If only I could zoom in just slightly less than that, but this will do. Alrighty, going up and around. We need to use our own another key here through the door just below. Oh hey, level up. Perfect timing too. Nice, 7 power, 5 speed. 1 hit point. There you go. Oh, I know a new spell now. What's the spell? Outside. It's probably like warp or zoom, right? I've got the manual here. Let's pull it up. Downloads. Oh no, I had it in a PDF online. Dragon Warrior Manual PDF. Let's look this up. Classic video gaming here. We're looking it up in the manual. Okay. Let's look at what this spell does before we move on. Shops, weapons, magic spells. Side. If by chance you lose your way deep in some dark, gloomy labyrinth, or if you find that you have enough strength to back to the world above, spell for you, it'll warp you back to the world above in no time at all. Sweet. Return. Cool. So it did exactly what I thought it would do. But now we know. Okay. Turn that off. So, where are we? Interesting. Okay, there you go. Let's mess with this slightly. Perfect for me. And it looks fine for you guys too. Okay. So where am I? I'm in this first fork. So I'm gonna go in here. Only last 8 chests, and if you open chests 9+ repeatedly, it only clears the cache if you re-enter the overworld. Okay. That is interesting. Alright. Level 2 with slightly different music. So I think I went through the center one and I went to the one on the top right. This reminds me of Breath of the Wild. In what way? Okay, so here's the question. Is this flight of stairs in the exact same spot? Do the stairs make sense? Are the stairs on a grid is the question that we need to answer right now. Based off of where I just went from floor 2 to floor 3, I'm thinking no. It looks not good. How the chest will come back at a certain time. Yeah, based off of like, so right now we're looking at floor 2, and I went down the stairwell. It's orange in the bottom right, and based off of where we're standing on floor 3, I don't think they line up. So I think I'm gonna have to map out like a different area, and eventually we'll see how they line up. I think that's the only way to do it. So we can start over here. Just ignore what's up there and hope. And hope at a certain point I figure out the way in which the maps line up. So it goes like that. And that's there. Okay. It always counts the 3 throne room chests you open. So if you open a few chests in a dungeon and death warp back to the castle, you can loot the treasury for gold. Oh, that's cute. When I went there before, there was not much gold in those chests. I think it just barely covered the cost of a key. Yeah. That's what it sounds like. Werewolf Lord. Can I win this fight is the question. Let's just try to slug it out with one of them. Yeah, okay. I can win these fights. 71 bucks. Oops, so it looks like that attaches there. Those go there. Chest in the gold in the NES vanilla is terrible and it's adjusted upwards in every other version. Right. Every time they remade the game, they're like, yeah, there was just not enough money in these chests. People are going to spend a bazillion years trying to earn enough money to buy anything in this game. That kind of thing. I wonder if the stairs even lead to like mutually accessible areas. I guess I just sort of assumed it would go down to like the just like the next floor. At some point, like, I think I'll maybe end up mapping like 4 different versions of a nearly identical map. Hey, Idris, you were actually on the dev team for this game. It's sort of thing you did on purpose. Why did you do that, Hydrus? Also, where did you find the time to do that in between getting all sorts of Splatoon world record speedrun times? Where do you find the time? What do you do? What do you do? What's your breakfast? What's your wake up routine? I use orange for go up, right? No, orange is down, red is up. How many eggs do you squeeze every morning for your breakfast juice? How many eggs do you drink? You gotta eat those raw eggs. That's how you get really big. Game development muscles is you gotta eat a lot of raw eggs. The more salmonella, the better. How much mana does outside recover or use? That's an important thing I need to learn if I want to warp to the outside. I learned a spell called Outside, Hydrus. You want to guess what it does? I'll give you one guess. No, two guess. No, I'll give you 8 guesses. No, I'll give you 3 guesses. Oh, that sounds horrific. That sounds really boring. Speedrunning is quite something. I have no tolerance for that kind of speed gaming. I've met Captain Hydrus speedrunning Splatoon 2, a game which has no grinding whatsoever. Just lovely. You just play the video game. You just play the levels. What an idea. Okay, well, I'll give you 100 guesses. No, I'll give you 4 guesses. Interpret what that number means, and that's how many guesses you get. No, 11 for 5. I'll give you the 11st guess free. Okay. We're mapping. It's a work in progress. Dragon Warrior with RNG manip is pretty boring from what you've seen. It's possible. Depends on what you're into, right? Depends on what you find interesting. I think the baby game squid thing that you play is pretty boring, personally. It's a baby game for children. So how exciting could it be? It's a baby game. Subjective taste is not allowed here. Only yelling. We've been talking tonight about games and how they age, and what people mean when they say that a game is not aged well. Look at that line. This is not what I need. No fun allowed. It's the first rule of the internet is no fun allowed. No fun allowed. What do you think, Captain Hydras? Do you think this is a good-looking game? Do you think this game holds up? And if it doesn't hold up, what do you mean by holding up? What does it mean to say a game has not aged well? Also, what's your favorite type of cheese? And is your favorite type of cheese in the baby game? You see what Splatoon can be viewed as boring, but I like to play it because I think it's fun. No, for sure. I think, personally, I think Splatoon is really exciting to watch because I think the movement is so good. I think it's something that, like, is really understandable even if you're a baby. And all you know is flashing colors and you're so stupid because you're a baby and you don't know anything. No. I think, like, it's a great game, and it looks good to watch. You don't have to know what's going on for it to look impressive. It's just sort of like the cursed belt. Now, here's the question: do I put the cursed belt on? We're gonna make that green. Green for cursed belt. If the game doesn't look like Final Fantasy. Why is Final Fantasy 13 the game to look like? Why is that the one? Which Final Fantasy are they on now? 15? I mean, I'm finding it enjoyable. I like this game so far. I don't know how quickly I'll jump back in to play it again, but I'm enjoying myself. I mean, I'm having a good time with this game, although I don't think I would play it again. I understand why replay value is important to a lot of people from, like, a consumer level, right? They want to get, like, good money value from their games because, you know, people can only afford so many games and they want them to last. But from, like, I don't know, more of like an arts perspective, I think there's definitely room for games that you play once. And like Journey, I only played once, and I thought Journey was incredible. You think that's why RPGs have decent replay value? People are still doing Nuzlocke playthroughs and ROM hacked Pokemon games? Yeah, for sure. You can very easily overlay your own gameplay ideas on top of the Pokemon's. So I shouldn't put on the Cursed Belt. You think with a name like Cursed Belt, who's gonna try it? Pokemon's. I think it depends on how you want to define video game, but I definitely think it's a video game. It's a game that with videos that you play with a controller on a video gaming machine. You know, you play. It's not the same thing as, like, you know, Fortnite, but I think it's definitely a video game. Journey was very beautiful. Beauty can be, I mean, like, what's the goal of a video game, right? Is it just fun and entertainment? I think beauty can be fun too, right? It's fun when things are beautiful. Like this map. Like this beautiful map I'm making. I think it's pretty beautiful. Discuss. Map beauty. Discussion. Go. This game has aged pretty well, though its mechanics are definitely primitive. The mechanics are simple for sure, but I think they're working. So far, I think the only thing that I don't like the looks of, anyways, the aesthetics of. So I think these dungeons are a little bleh. I think they're a little samey looking. I think the overworld is very, very pretty. A lot of the artwork is really quite nice, and the dungeons are just kind of drab. Maybe that's for some greater purpose that I will learn about later. But currently, okay, are we seeing any overlap here? Looks like no. What happens when we go up here? Oh, I recognize this from the starting area. So red is up. No, orange. Red is up. Yeah, orange is down. All you got is red brick and gray wall and maybe some stairs. Yeah, some chests every now and then. It's not the best. Abzu was really beautiful too. Yeah, that game company makes good stuff. It's really cool. It's just clapping noobs in multiplayer games. That's all games are, baby. For me these days, I can't understand the appeal of multiplayer games anymore. Maybe another game will change that, but for now it's into casual gaming and those speedruns. That's fair. I think one thing that definitely can be said about more modern games is I feel like over time game developers have developed a better sense of respect for their players' time. I think that you gain a lot from investing time into a game and like getting to know the world well and spending some hours in that space. But, you know, if there's some mundane, repetitive task like gather turnips or collect bear body parts or whatever to turn in for a quest, there's a lot of times where I think, like, if you've done it 3 times, you've done it 1,000 times, it's, like, enough to, like, all right, I get it. There's a bear, I kill it. It's got a butt. I have to give it to this quest master in order to get my bear butt points. I am not really going to gain anything more from this gameplay experience by having to do it 20 times as opposed to just twice. And I think the EXP curve comes in with that. Oh baby, a crit. You don't think DK64 is aged at all? DK64 is just like the collectathon to end all collectathons. Do you know that I beat that game 100% back in the day? So you're saying even amongst collectathons, it's dreaded. So I don't really know where this is on my floor 2 map. Am I in the top right? Yeah, I'm in the top right. So it doesn't line up at all. Because I'm standing right now. So I left from the top left tile, that's orange. Or no, I arrived there, but I left from this middle right red spot. This game is on a 120 by 120 overworld. Even if it's 101% speedrun for DK64, it's 5 hours long. It's a long haul. That's kind of too much. I'm not into that. Also, speedrunning a game for 5 hours is total madness. I don't know why you would do that. Like all the time it would take in order to get good enough at the game to be able to even get your time down to 5 hours. To me is maddening. Yeah, Splatoon 2, 1000%. I thought it was so funny when the mods were arguing about certain speedrun categories being arbitrary. Over 12 hours for the best player. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. Solid pass. The stairs would line up between floors. They don't here. We're not interested in that kind of thing. It's just sort of confusing me for mapping, right? Because this is my floor 3 map, and this is my floor 2 map. They do not they do not overlap at all. Those tricky game devs playing tricks on me. You got this 79 of like 92 levels to beat. Get world records in. This guy seems particularly badass. Wraith Knight. This guy's hurting me. He's doing more damage than I'm healing. Gotta run, I guess. Can I use outside in combat? Alright, so I gotta think hard about this one. If I can't, will it waste the spell, or will it just tell me that I can't do it in combat? Do I think it'll just waste my turn, and then the Wraith will kill me? Or do I think if I try to use it, it'll just stop me? I'm gonna guess that you can't use it in combat. I think that you can't use it in combat. That'd be my guess. And if I don't think I can use it in combat, there's no sense in trying. Because, what's the point? Because I might risk losing my turn. So I think I can't take another hit from this guy. Gotta try to run. Outside. Woof. 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 Did it. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to use the spell in a test battle, I guess. Alright, so we improved our map a little bit. We gained some money and some experience. The dungeon is underneath the town. This is some Diablo stuff. Only 4 levels? I'm so sorry. I've been doing my best. I've only played like a couple hours since you were last on, my pal. Welcome back to the channel, though. How you doing? I almost lost my shirt there. I almost got killed by that the dingus Wraith dude. The enemies get tough in the third level. I don't... Maybe now that I've got a better map, I can get down to level 3 faster and it'll be less of an issue. I got my map. That's important. I gained a level up. I guess I'm way out from being able to afford any better gear. So I think the only thing I can really do is head down. With the number of keys that I have, I've got one more trip before I'll need to head back to Cole, what was it called? Rimildar, I think was the name of the place. Other Nokia phone. I didn't have a Nokia phone, but my mom did, and I did play Snake on it. Okay. I have to use another key now, because the locksmith has come. And he's replaced the lock on the door. And I need to use another magic key because I misinput my move. That locksmith, he's quick. He's on call. He's just waiting. He's just following me around because he knows wherever I go, he can earn a living. Cole's where you find the flute. That sounds cool. I haven't found a use for the flute yet. Okay. Alright, I did it. I managed to walk to the stairs. Okay. So we are on level 1. Golems on the sound of the flute. I played the flute for the gold man, and it didn't seem to affect them. I don't know, like sometimes these games can be picky, where it's like, well, that's not technically the golem, it's the gold man. And even though they look exactly the same, their stats are a little different. Spoilers. I am assuming that somewhere out there, there is a golem that flute is going to work on. Spoilers indeed, though. Yeah, it must literally be a golem. Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm applying some of my old school video game knowledge. 1 damage. 5 damage. 8 damage. 9 damage. I assumed that when I tried to use it on the gold man, that there was no like Pokemon type chart. Golem type enemy is weak against flute. Against flute type weapon. I figured it was just like literally like, if the thing is not named Golem, it's not going to help. Braveheart style? What if you got it tattooed over your existing face? So that you always had a sunny disposition. Alright. Level 2. So, we tried this guy. Top right. We tried top left. I think from the top left stairwell, there's still things I could explore. So I think we are in this middle red dot here. So it's a little bit of ways around. It might be better to actually do this on the other level because it's closer And the bad dudes down here are pretty violent. There's some pretty violent dudes down here, guys. We'll just skip that. Okay. So, looking at my map here, I think I'm on this right-hand side. That's where I think I am. My map matches that. It's really going to be hard to make progress through here. Try putting him to sleep. And now I just wail on him. Oh, this is really bad. I can't do that. I can't survive on this floor. The enemies are too good. So my only guess is that I can try going down the last staircase that I haven't explored yet and hope that it's taking me to a third area or maybe a different part of that second area. I don't think I can survive down here. So you just need to see the top rando guys bonk 3 walls, then proceed. Just to the optimal path in the dark. Interesting. Just like, I'm sure they have it memorized, right? Like they know exactly where they need to be. Okay, I do not recognize this at all. Unless I'm in the bottom right area down there. It looks similar. I'm not 100% sure that that's that though. But if it is, I should be able to walk down the hallway and then it'll hook slightly north. Yeah, okay. I'm fairly confident that I am standing roughly here-ish. So that goes there. It's one in. Does that match up? We're just going to pretend it does for now. I might be like one tile off. We shall find out though. Okay, that line's up there, which is good. A good map, if it's accurate, should be able to predict your movements, right? Okay. Oh, I understand. Oh, okay, so it's literally on a randomizer, so they don't know where they are. Oh, okay, and so that they're in the dark and they're smacking their heads against the ceiling in order to figure out which cave they're in. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. That checks out. Okay, so this would be here then. Okay, it's a dead end, so I need to go up on the top left. Wonder why this is missing some pixels. Okay. Don't know exactly where I'm gonna go. Yeah, so like to figure out which cave you're in, you need to go bonk 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 a few times before you can like figure out exactly where you are. So then if my map is right, this should connect. Oh boy, I did it. Yay. Turns out maps work, people. Christopher Columbus was onto something. Sir Ponce de Leon, Ferdinand Magellan, other famous cartographers. Okay, I don't seem to be fighting monsters down in this area. So then this appears to be a thing. I got attacked. That's gonna hurt. Top myself up with a heal here. It's getting tense. I wonder what's down down this staircase. Let's fix up my map a little bit here before I do. So this is a block of 3. Yeah. Cool. Good knowledge to have. There's a few of them here where there's a couple pixels missing. I wonder why. Something in the graphics. Something in the math it's doing. With my brush size, I'm sure it's just a little off. Okay, that looks right. All right. Wish me luck, everybody. We're going down one more level. All right. New level. You know what that means. New layer for our map. Let's call it B4. Boo doo 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 doo. So we went down here. I'm not sure how valuable it's gonna be, but I will keep my map lined up. This room has an interesting shape. This looks like it's a special room. It looks like something interesting is going to happen here. Perhaps a fight with a dragon that murders me in one shot. Ooh, expands outward again. I haven't seen a randomized dungeon maps flag if it exists. Chaos doesn't do it. Right, understood. People don't want to deal with that level of headache. Okay, so that needs a red. We are going to save state at this moment. Not that I'm going to save scum. I just almost clicked the close the emulator X in my window. So it's a good prompt for saving. When you accidentally almost close your game. Okay. I have a really good guess about what the shape of this room is going to be. Because I'm a clever boy. But we're gonna be a good mapper, and we're not gonna just make it up. Yep. Okay. I haven't been attacked. Let's try the stairs. This could be something below, but I think this is the way to go. The treasure chest. So we're on level 3 now. Do I recognize this? Not really. Is it over here? I think we might be here on our map. You can't see me. No, that doesn't make sense either. I guess we're probably here, if anywhere. Might not matter. Might not matter soon. Treasure indeed. What could be in here, Dana? Do you want to guess? Do you want to have 17 guesses before I open it? I'll give you 70 guesses. I'm fairly confident that this is where this is. So I'll draw it while I'm waiting for Dana's 70 guesses. Yeah, sounds like that. And in the middle is a treasure chest. Important item. Maybe, what's his face's dead body? The silver harp! We did it! It's a new shovel! A gold shovel! That other shovel you had before was garbage. Now you've got this golden shovel. What color dot should we put for the silver harp? Maybe silver? We can put silver down. Oh, this is a precision placement. Nope. Thanks. Cool. Yes. Yeah. We did it. We did it. A shovel was a good guess, though, Brad. How curious are we about exploring the rest of this dungeon? Morbidly curious? Too curious for our own good? Think of all the mapping knowledge we could gain, though, if we just did a little bit more research. Man, silver harp. So now we can go talk to that dude who's like hanging out in those hills. He told us to come back once we found the harp. So probably he's going to be really happy to see us, I think. So if we're right there, that's that. So then this goes up like that. Is it the max right now? I think I may have just wasted a spell. That's fine. Whatever, we're just mapping. We just like maps. Silver harvest 3 uses. Yeah. Well, I know to take it to the guy on the mountainside. And hopefully he'll tell me more about it. We'll find out as we travel, right? I'm sure the video game will do an ample job of revealing all of its mysteries to me in time. Okay. Okay. So it looks like there's a stairwell there, based on what I'm seeing. This is a down stairwell. So we make those orange. Black. Mr. Black. Believe that goes there. I think that's the best we're gonna do for now. All right, 6 stairs. Presses start. Interesting. Hello, none epic memer. None pick memer. How's it going, none pick? Welcome to the channel. You've fooled with your disguise. Do you have a certain love of bagels? Are you that guy? Are you the bagel one? Press F if you're the bagel one. Okay. So we've got the harp. Harp in hand. We're gonna go visit that dude. See what he was up to. It's the only lead I had. You do like bagels? But do you like bagels? Bagels are good. Okay. We did it. Brad's back at it with his bread pictures on the computer. Computerized bread pictures. Item. Harp. Sounds a lot like the flute. Nothing. I can see it. It doesn't look a lot like a bagel to me. It's pretty small, but there you go. You like all the bagels except for the ones that are bread? Interesting. Let's have another harp solo. Yeah, what else would you make a bagel out of? Did it make me get attacked by a magician? Did it force an encounter? Yes, it did. I wonder if it's always... He ran away. I guess they're attracted by my melodious playing. They're like, check out that sick harp solo. Is that Squiddo? Is he playing a gig? And then I killed him. It's like, wow, his playing is really killing. Yeah. Well, that's good. I guess that makes potentially grinding for encounters faster. Very smart. 100 IQ. 100 only? Y'all know I've got a higher IQ than that. I got an IQ of like 16 trillion. Ba-da-boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's go talk to the king. 16's a high number. IQs are like golf, right? Where you want a low one. You get extra money from the school board to buy books and stuff. This music seems so fast after being in like dungeon level 4. Yeah, we're gonna get to it, Brad. Come on. Take it easy. We gotta talk to the king and tell him about a sick harp we just got. Check this out, king! It's a silver harp! And the king's like, damn! And then I'm like, booba-oot-and-baba-doot-and-doot-up. That's what I play on the harp. Okay, let's go hike out in the woods. Let's go find this mountainous harp enthusiast. I literally like that low note. The triangle tone, the really low pitch at the beginning of the thing. I think it's here. No. That's the note. That. Bebop harp with a wah-wah pedal. Right here. I like that note. My sick harp solo. That's why I'm playing on my harp. Playing Woody and You. There's a jazz harp player. I forget her name now. She's really good though. She's I think she's passed, but like, it's an interesting story because it's like back in a time where like music producers didn't really want anything out of classical musicians who had turned jazz musicians, and they certainly didn't want classical musicians who had turned jazz musicians who are also women, and they certainly didn't want classical musicians who had turned jazz musicians who were women who played the harp. She was like, nope, we're making this work. I think she recorded 3 records for Blue Note. I don't think Woody and You was on any of them though. I forget her name now. Let's look it up. She's really good stuff. I'll post about it in the Discord. We've been sharing music recently. Lynn has been hitting me with some hot fire tracks from Fire Emblem 40 Houses. There's a song for every different house, I understand. So far, it's been good. And West of the Sun still needs to listen to Graceland. West of the Sun has not heard Graceland. Maybe I have reason to believe we'll all be received. He knew. He just knows. He just feels it. How old do you think this guy is? Wow. Okay, he's gone. Do you think he's dead? Press F to mourn for that guy. I think he died. Alright, what do we got? The Staff of Rain. Okay. So there's like a rain and a other one for rainbows, right? Rain staff? Or maybe it's like a percussion instrument to play with my harp. So I'm like booba baba doop booba baba. I think I might be interpreting this wrong. It's not in my inventory. I was hoping I could play a rain staff solo. Should I map this dungeon out? This place is basically mine now, right? The guy ditched. So like we can move in. Whenever you guys are ready. We're good to just like decorate the place. I think this is the master bedroom, right? Makes sense. We can put a little kitchenette by the door. Nothing fancy, like a range and a sink. Maybe a bucket over here to wash dishes in. Alright. So we did that. Whatever it was that we did, we have a rain staff now. I'm not 100% positive I saw everything that dungeon had to offer, though. In fact, I'm 100% positive I did not see everything that dungeon we were in before had to offer. There's definitely still stuff in there. But all the dudes there were too buff for me. They were making fun of me at the gym. I wonder if I can go kill that dragon now. I totally probably can't. Okay, well, where can we go? I think we can go to that area to the left of Tantagel and probably trek all our way south. We haven't tried that yet. There's we can try to pick a fight with Goldman. See if we can kill him with our broadsword. Let's try to go to the area to the left of Tantagel. Oh, rain staff. Yeah, for sure. You tip it over and it sounds like rain. This is right up your alley. Do you have one in your basement there, Brad? Part of your one-man band setup? When I was at university, I majored in rain staff. What I really majored in is I was practicing the upright bass yesterday, and I got the hiccups, and it was extremely painful to try to play upright while hiccuping. Those are pretty cool. They sound like rain. It's a neat trick. No. I think this is we've got a lot of musical instruments, right? Because we have a silver harp, we have a fairy flute, and now we have a rain staff. I think we're trying to put together a band. I'm arranging a song for Octorok from Dragon Quest, and maybe I have to put harp and rain staff in it now. I dried out cactus with the needles pushed in, if I recall. I think there's a bunch of different ways you can make them, but that might do it, yeah. I'm not an expert. I don't claim to be an expert in rain staff manufacture. Octorok had a rehearsal today. We were gonna live stream it, but the battery in my laptop was dead. And I didn't bring a charger. Genius maneuver. I certainly did carry the laptop all the way to the rehearsal, though. Oh well. Okay. Let's see what we can see down here. Lots of trash mobs. Let's try using the thing in... Oh, Staff of Rain. Oh, well. Just because you're just swinging it wrong. Where's my harp? Did the guy take the harp from me? Am I now harpless? Do I not have a harp anymore? Did the guy rob me? I thought we were putting the band back together. Where's my damn harp? What a jackass. He stole my harp. Doesn't he die or disappear? Teleport or something? Where do you take my harp? I want the harp back. I didn't ask for no dumb rain staff. Oh, okay, so I think we went down here before. I saw demon knights and stuff, and they murdered me good. But we're a little bit tougher now, so I might be able to explore this area a little more thoroughly. Oh, okay, it's a wyvern. I'm used to these being called chimeras. Okay, this guy's got a little spunk. So all I did there was use MP. Okay, that guy was pretty tough. That was manageable, but I'm worried about fighting another one. So maybe they're wyvern rings and not chimera wings in this game. I wonder if I'll find chimeras. I love the design for the chimera, or the wyvern. These forests always make me feel like there's something like hidden in them. Just by their shape. Six. Maybe this is my chance to try to kill a gold man. The spell will not work, okay. Apparently they don't sleep. Excellent move. Okay, well. I guess that's how you do it. Oh man. This guy's literally filled with gold. Guess that makes sense given his name. Sounds like the name of a rapper. You know what I mean? With his DJ Jazzy, not Jazz. So these raids are not so bad anymore. The Wyvern was tough though. He was a bit of a bully. I want my harp back. I feel like I got robbed. Wolf Lord. I think I've fought Wolf Lords before, right? They're not so bad. 3D damage. We can deal with 3D damage. The spell will not work. The spell of broadsword. Alright. Show me something fun, video game. What's over here? A rogue scorpion. Alright, well that's gonna be trouble. Does it say the spell will not work because it'll never work? That's bad. Or does it say the spell will not work because I just missed? 16, it's bad. What am I looking at for health? This could be rough. Okay, so we gotta leave. I think I have a hunch of where the rain staff is gonna be used, based on what other people in the game have said and what some of the land forums. Yo, what up? It's the Space Warrior 3. Oh, a knight. Never seen these before. I bet I'm in trouble. Based on what I've seen from the game, I think there's like an area in the bottom right island, like after the tunnel, that I might be able to use the staff at. It looks like a peninsula that I can, maybe something will happen if I use the thing. I don't know. I'm just trying to. The gold man is his own reward. He's like virtue, insofar as it's its own reward. How you doing, the Space Warrior? I hope you're doing well. You're the third Space Warrior to come visit me tonight. You are preceded by 2 other Space Warriors. Grind to the end is terrible. Everybody keeps on coming in the chat to tell me about how bad they think this game is. What's going on, Dragon Quest Twitch viewers? What's with all the bad vibes? He's made of gold. The reward is gold. I've had tons of people come in the chat tonight to tell me about how bad this game is and how it looks horrible. I don't know how people find the time to do it. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to Tantagel and we're gonna save. Game looks fine. Yeah, I think it's a good looking game. As we've discussed before, I think the only thing that really doesn't look good is the dungeons. They look kind of super bleh. No, I love the game. It's very charming. Okay. I'm getting a little touchy. I'm getting a little defensive. I've probably had like 5 people come into the chat tonight to be like, yo, this game is hideous. This game doesn't look like it just came out. These are the worst Tress Effects hair I've ever seen. The Tress Effects hair on the Scare Wolf, on the Beware Wolf, is just horrible. It's old. Yeah, you know? It's an NES game. Looks like an NES game. Enough said. Enough said. I think it's great. I'm having a good time. I'm angry about it. How you doing, the Space Warrior 3? I hope you're having a good one. I hope you're enjoying it. Sorry about my little, slightly defensive rant. Is that how many hit points I got? Sick. We're up. Thanks for coming to visit me on the twitch.tv live streaming video games website. It means a lot to me that you took the time out of your evening to come say hello. This is my first playthrough of Yonder Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior. Nice! Seems like a good game to beat. I'm enjoying it. The game that I beat just before this was Dragon Quest Builders 2, which I think is the 4th Dragon Quest or Dragon Quest adjacent game that I'd played. And I'm super hyped for Dragon Quest 11. So I was like, you know what, let's just go back to square one. Let's play some NES classics. Before Dragon Quest 11 comes out on the Switch, and I switch over. We're gonna save state here. Save state. Yes. Yeah, because figured it'd be good to go back to square one and, you know, see where the series came from. I like new games and old games. I like them all. It's a video game. Sometimes I'm baffled by how there's some people who manage to fail to have fun. A team of many people worked very hard for a long time to make something for people whose only job it is to delight and entertain, and somehow they manage to fail to have fun. You know what I mean? Like, I think about it like maybe you're trying to like shoot a basketball hoop and you like shoot the basketball and you just like don't get it in the net. It's like that for fun. People fail to place the fun from the game into their fun receptacle. The High Spirits has his 60+ hour Dragon Quest 1 to 9 marathon. Wow, it's long. That would be an oopsie doopsie. You got to be level 20 before you even attempt the Dragon Lord, and takes 26,000 experience. That's cool. I'm spoiler free. I'm gonna try to keep that way. I don't think that you need to be a high level to beat the boss of the game is really much of a spoiler because this is an RPG. But you know, I'm just putting you on the bit. I'm sure you beat the game so you know how it goes. So I'm sure you know all sorts of handy things. But I like discovering things on my own. So if you feel extra super tempted to reveal future things of the game, just go to the start menu or open your Finder in macOS and search for either Notepad or text edit, and just type all your sick news about what happens at the end of the game there. And send it to me when I'm done. I think there's a dragon over there. Maybe one of these days, if I have no money, I'll go see if I can fight the dragon. So this is my hunch, is that if I head over here and I use this rain staff thing that the guy stole my harp from me for, that something might happen. There's some news about like a rainbow and a peninsula or something. Or a bridge between land. That's just my guess. Oh man, skeleton got wrecked. I get it. It's exciting when you like know the game already and you want to share with somebody. What NPC tells you where to find the flute? I think it was somebody in Cole or Rimuldar tells you like there's a hidden secret like 4 paces south of the baths in Cole. If I recall correctly. Okay, that was my hunch. I think there was a guy like in a temple-looking thing in Rim. I haven't been paying attention. In Rimuldar, who wants to talk to me once I have proof I'm somebody. Maybe coming to him with this rain staff will be proof that I'm the son of Erdrick or Lodo or the Scion or whatever. I'm the Sonic of Lodo. Alright, I get it, Warlock. I'll figure it out. He said something about a temple in the south, which I haven't been to either, because I've been scared of the monsters there. So this might be that moment too. Could be something there. We'll figure it out. We at least have, I've got things I can try. I have places I can go. I have keys to buy. I have warlocks to squish. Do you really wanna hurt me? Do you really wanna make me cry? Every 2 paces. I'll get my experience slowly this way. I wonder if the different areas of the level have different encounter rates. Yeah, how many spaces are visible on the Game Boy Color version? I've heard a lot of people say really nice things about the Game Boy Color version, but have not taken a look at it myself. Ba-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Getting a level would be cool. I don't know how close I am. That's probably a while. 60. It's a big hit. I'm gonna fight those gold men for full money. Nicely graphicked. There's a lot of different versions of it. I guess that's probably the version that they're Square Enix is releasing a version of the first 3 games bundled together on the Switch on the 27th, I believe. Excellent dodge. Just find my hat brim. Why, thank you. Suck it, wolf. I guess getting to the point where I can kill these dudes in 1 hit would be big. It'll speed things up a lot. The encounter rates seem to be all over the place. Wonder how that math works. Because sometimes you can go like 20 paces without hitting anything. Yeah, and you can dodge crits. It's interesting. It is an interesting mechanic. It has its armor save. Alright, Rimuldar, I think. Welcome to beautiful Rimuldar. You'll love the keys. In we go. Give me them keys, give me them keys. I love keys, yeah, yeah, yeah. I love how he says the exact same thing every time. Alright, we're all keyed up. So there's a guy in town somewhere who maybe will say something different now that we've got another item. I think it's this guy. Sun and the rain. Okay, so I've got the rain staff, which we've determined is probably not the musical instrument, the rain staff. So I probably need to go to the south to get the sun medallion or whatever. Or the western part of this island, rainbow. West, eh? So it's that way. Okay. We'll have to look for that. Grinding, yeah. So far I haven't really. I've only had to grind like once, but we'll see how well that holds up. I've been kind of hopping around, exploring different places, so I haven't really needed to yet. Instead of grinding, I've just been lost. Oh, the west is over there, yeah. So maybe that's where the rainbow thing shows up later. Maybe I'll get a gold man and he'll give me lots of gold. Yay. Buy that magic armor. Which presumably is magic in some way. Magic armor. Alright, show me the temple of the sun. Stairs. Gold man. Oh man, that happened last time I fought a gold man. I just like cut him in two. These guys can do stop spell, but they don't take that many hits to actually kill. So it's not been relevant. I haven't used hurt for a long time. I wonder if I'll have to get the map out for this. This guy hates magic. Gold man, let's see if I'll crit him. Nah. Well, he still packs a punch. I don't like that. 178 gold. Okay. Ooh, this looks better. I was expecting some nonsense. In thy task thou hast failed. Alas, I fear thou art not one of the Erdrick predicted would save us. Go now. Oh. Do I not have some like wing dang that I need in order to prove that I'm the dude? Can you tackle holding the princess? Yes. There's a princess? Oh, I remember this being. There was a princess. I remember there was a princess. Talked about it earlier. Okay. What if I have this 6 staff though? Use the 6 staff. Oh. What about, do you like flute music? Oh. Okay. I think there's like an item. Like the something of Erdrick. Like the symbol, the seal, the dingus of Erdrick. The wingding. The MacGuffin of Erdrick that I probably need to have on me in order for this guy to like give me what's over in that chest, which is probably some sort of like sun thing. Maybe I can answer honestly to the guy above in the other town that I have actually been to this temple. And maybe he'll say something different. Otherwise, I think we're backtracking. This guy hurts. 38. Here's your MacGuffin, staff you have, and probably whatever the hell's in that chest. Or just some sort of sun rod, or whatever. I gathered I need to make a rainbow. I need to make a rainbow at some point. I want to get that harp back. The harp's probably gone for good, eh? He wants the sun thing. Interesting. So there's probably some like legendary sword or whatever in that box. In a lot of the Dragon Quest games, you get like the legendary hero's sword at some point. Alright, I'm actually gonna head off pretty soon myself. It's almost 10 o'clock. I've gotta go into work tomorrow. What a shame. So I'm probably gonna make it back to town and save. And then call it a stream there. It's been a fun one though. Feels like we're gaining traction in the old Dragon Quest. We're getting ahead, finally. The last episode, the last installment, I did kind of feel like I was spinning my wheels quite a bit. Get into a lot of fights. Leveled up by gear, but not really seeing anything new. Going anywhere interesting. So this has been a bit of a departure from that. We saw a bunch of stuff today. We almost have enough money for that magic armor too, just accidentally. I think I should add something onto like Autobomb Pal's list of things that they say to like remind people not that I don't like spoilers. I think that would be a fair thing to have Autobomb Pal remind people of. Hopefully we could all get along really well if I did that. So I think I'll add that to his list. Autobomb Pal, what a fun chap. What a silly little guy. Yeah, like that. Get a land adapter thing. I think that was the first one I ever taught Autobomb Pal how to do. So we're only 500 away from getting the magic armor, I think. I think it's 4 grand, if I recall correctly. Maybe it was more. Yeah. 7,700. So we're quite a ways away. I think that's the best thing I can buy that I know of, right? Looking at my gear. Yeah. If there's better equipment out there, I haven't found it yet. So, yeah, I don't know where I'm headed next. I think I need to do the old JRPG backtrack. Presumably there's something that some unnamed, completely anonymous character said to me once that I need in order to advance the story in its entirety, because that's how JRPGs work. That's fine. We need some money, we need some XP. We can go some traveling, and we can figure out what the hell is going on in this fine world of Dragon Quest. What's the name of Alfgard? Alfgard's the name of the world. There's elves and they guard the place. Alfgrad. Somewhere in Russia. Alfgrad. Who knows? Well, everybody, thank you so much. it's been good. I like this game a lot. I'm hoping it continues to pick up steam because it's been sweet. You're playing through Dragon Warrior 2 for Game Boy. That sounds awesome. Dragon Warrior 2 is gonna be next on my stop. Next stop on my list, depending upon how close to beating Dragon Quest 1 I am to the release of Dragon Quest 11. Whenever Dragon Quest 11 is out for Switch, that's what I'm moving to. Oh boy howdy. Okay, everybody, it's been a real pleasure. It's been a real pleasure. When will I be back streaming? Probably tomorrow night, honestly. Probably come home from work, do a little practicing, play some piano. I might even grab some beers on my way home and just have a few Dragon Quest beers. That sounds like a good idea. That's not the kind of thing I usually do, but baby feels like he needs it. Octorok's recording on Sunday. I could use a little bit of not overthinking it. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Next session will be Dragon Quest and beers.